Hey guys, John here. Welcome back to NASCAR 06 Fantasy Cup 2. Today, well, we're leaving Talladega behind us. That was a thing. But we are going to Indianapolis Raceway Park, IRP, one of my favorite tracks. And hopefully, we can dominate there. But you never know. Let's do this. Elliott Sadler moving up 2 spots to get into the top 10 in points. And yeah, we lost a few points. Wasn't a big deal points-wise, really. We did salvage a top 10, but man, crazy race. Here we go. It's so funny how many allies I have just sheerly out of passing people. And anybody who isn't an ally, I've had like extreme issues with. Like Jamie McMurray, definitely we've had some issues with. He's not even a rival, but it's what prevents him from being an ally. Oh, it's almost a mistake. Carefully now, carefully. The only thing that's going to really hurt us is if we push too hard and we get ourselves into trouble that way, you know? Get into wrecks, beat up our car, cause a bunch of cautions that'll shift strategies, things like that. I don't really know what our strategy is going to be, but typically in the past anyway, by the time hitting has come into play, I'm usually way out in front. So I don't usually worry about it too awful much, although fuel mileage could be an issue. It usually isn't at the short tracks, usually only at the bigger tracks. Sorry, Rusty. I was pushing there. You know, I did a couple practice laps and I felt too loose with the way it was, so I went half round up on the wedge, and now I feel really tight. So I might put that back whenever we pit next. Biffle, you are not usually back here. This is interesting. Oh, gotta run there. That was sketchy. Yeah, Biffle did not start this race well. Also, in those 2 laps of practice I did, Scott Riggs blew up. I don't know if that's indicative of what we could expect, but I blew up right in front of me in practice, so. Alright. Okay, alright. Screwing up my lines here a bit, too. I mean, it's not easy to do my usual lines when I'm around them, but also fighting this tightness off, middle off. I don't know. I thought I felt too loose, so I was like, yeah, let's go half around the wedge up, you know, that should be fine. It was like, that was too much. I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end up doing the quarter panel thing with somebody, and it's gonna be sad. Just gonna have to, until I get this fixed, I'm gonna have to try to be a little more conservative off the corners. When I'm underneath somebody, I might just have to be more careful. Yeah. What is Jimmy Spencer doing this high up in the field? I mean, I guess it's a short track. He was better at those, but like, not in that car he wasn't. This is giving him a little bit too much credit, I think. No. Oh, jeezer, that's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna freaking go right off somebody's nose into the wall. It's just too tight. it's too tight to get back to the gas as early as I want to. I have to play with the throttle there and get through the dang corner. I mean, I say this as if I've not gone from last to 15th, which I have, but I mean, I can see the writing on the wall that I'm going to end up causing a big mess if I keep doing that. It's just so tight. Thing with IRP, you want to be able, I mean, in real life, you could run multiple grooves and make things happen. Not so much in this game. In this game, you need to be able to master the bottom to properly pass people. You might be able to pull something off to the outside with the right timing, but like pretty much more often than not, you're gonna want to be around the bottom, and if you're not handling right, that is a difficult task. Dang it. Didn't need to dive that deep. Kind of threw off my whole rhythm there. Not rhythm, my whole entry. Okay. We're in 13th. Boris said, why? Now, alright, game. I'll let you have maybe Jimmy Spencer in the top 20, but Boris said at a short track? No. Road course, sure. What is he doing up here? Oh, bro. Yeah, we're burning that right front off early because we're so tight. Ooh, Boris making contact with his teammate Joe Nemechek. You see that? Wow, he chopped him off hard there. They made contact. Nemechek, he might end up punting him here in a second. Teammate or no. Oh, I'm watching the mirror, not watching where I'm going. We got some slight damage there from the wall because I was not paying attention. That was exciting to see, though. Something happened that I didn't do. God, it's so tight. It's so tight, man. But yeah, we'll see where we are when it says halfway on fuel. That'll determine how things go. I don't see fuel really being an issue like the last race, but I guess we'll see. My guess is we only pit once in this race, but I could be wrong. You got to get past lap 25 before it says halfway on fuel for that to be possible. Sorry, didn't realize I was actually to be inside fully there. I thought you were still kind of in front of me. There we go. Alright, we're about to crack the top 10. The right side tire going there. Oh, and the left front at the same time. Wow, okay. So everything going at once here. It's not going to help our handling issues because now we're just going to have less grip and be tight, so have to be careful about this. Seeing that 18, you might see that I am wearing an 18 hat. It is not Bobby Labonte, though, this time. It is actually Kyle Busch, so it's not as retro as most of the hats I've worn in this series. It's actually one of the most recent hats I've gotten. It was a gift, but yeah, I haven't gotten a NASCAR hat in a long time, to be honest. But yeah, this would be one of the more recent ones with Kyle at Gibbs. I mean, it's still probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old, but yeah. Anyway, It's one, though, that I hadn't worn in this series, and I saw it, and I was like, this is still a cool-looking hat. I'm gonna wear it. Alright. I'm having trouble. Oh, alright. Halfway on fuel. Hadn't completed lap 30 yet, but that means that we can go past halfway in the race before we pit, which means that we only have to pit once. However, this tire situation, we're probably going to wish we could pit again. But I'm going to go as long as I can so that we have fresher tires at the end, of course. Though the sooner we pit and free this car up, probably the better too. I don't know. I've just been pretty much stuck here. I got around Labani and into 10th, but then that's been pretty much it. Tony Stewart, I think, has led most of the race. Looks like Kyle Busch challenging him for that spot right now. Speaking of Kyle Busch. Oh, to the inside of Jeff Gordon. Oh. A little contact there. Him up out of the way, and Matt Kenseth is going to attempt to follow us through. Thing is, I need to be able to move around a little bit more, you know? Diamond the corner and whatnot, not enter as shallow. But when I'm around them, there's not really too much I can do in that regard. Here, very light bump there. I was completely off the gas. Ooh. Alright, Steel Juniors, Ricky Rudd. Dive in here a little deeper than I meant to. But we will clear Dale Jr. to 7th. Alright. Who else we got here? We got Carl Edwards, Jeff Burton, Ryan Newman, and up to Kyle. And then Tony has a little gap now. Honestly, it's kind of a pity that the Cup cars never ran here. I mean, I get it, you know, it's not the biggest venue. Probably not a ton of space for everything in the garage and what have you. But it's such a great little track, and I would be curious to know what a Cup race here, maybe not so much anymore, would look like, because I'm not the biggest fan of the current, oh god, biggest fan of the current package. Red on the tire. See, this is an issue. Can we make it past halfway with our tires? I don't think I can. That is a problem. That is a problem. Maybe I should not be trying to get through the field as much as I am here. Made it too tight, and it is just burning that right front off. But anyway, yeah. Like in this era, especially, it would have been cool to see a Cup race here. By the way, Ryan Newman got into 2nd, and now Ricky Rudd, who just a minute ago was with us, right in front of us, and then now he is going into 2nd place. Ricky Rudd and that Wood Brothers car pretty fast here at IRP. Oh, Newman went from 2nd to shuffled almost back to us now. Yeah, this tire thing is going to become an issue. Oh god, my handling is just getting worse. I think I'm going to have to let Junior go here. I honestly didn't expect this. Like, just that one minor adjustment, and we're struggling more than I thought we would. I kind of thought, you know, given it's a short track and stuff, oh god, that we would kind of just blast through the field, get to the front, but the handling being off like this, it's making things complicated. I just feel like, yeah, I mean, I wanted to go as far past halfway as I could so that we'd have fresher tires at the end, but I'm not entirely convinced that's going to be possible now. Ryan Newman is hitting pit road, so they can probably make it from here. I mean, technically so could I, but like then my tires are going to be really dead at the end of the next run. I've got to at least get past halfway. I have to. I have no choice. Otherwise we're going to be blowing a tire, which we might anyway. We might anyway. Oh, did not mean to do that. Stuck on that for some reason. Alright. Oh, watch out. People are going to be exiting pit road. Jeff Gordon, very much impatient with me here. I have now cost him a spot because of that, except honestly I did the same thing to Kenseth before that, so. My left rear tire just went yellow for the first time, which is interesting. It held on that long. Alright, we are past halfway now, which means I can pit safely for fuel and all that, but I don't know. I'm so concerned about these tires. I know if I change the handling thing a little bit, it'll probably be better on the tires, but yeah, I don't know. So some of the leaders hitting pit road there. Ricky Rudd inherits the lead to get 5 bonus points. Tony Stewart, I believe, had led them all before that. I'm going to go ahead and not go this time because they changed their mind at the last second. And this is when we bring it down. Alright, no, and down. I hope that half around makes a difference, honestly. Let's do that too. Well, probably should have done that. Oh no, come on, no, I don't need this. Oh, I'm gonna lose so much time under green from this. Guys, this is not the time for you to mess up. I was already losing time on the racetrack. Ah, boy. Alright, let's be real careful with our re-entry here. Okay. It's almost a large mistake. Alright, we need... Gordon hasn't pitted yet, so okay, he is now. So I'm a lap down. So we do not want to caution. That is not something that we want. We're already going to be decently far behind because, as you can see, the people we're around right now we were not racing with before. So yeah, we definitely lost a bunch of time. Back on the lead lap, that's okay. This cycles through. I think we're probably going to end up like 15th or something. Not ideal. Actually, maybe not even that good. Dang, we lost a ton of time there. That's crazy. It's not ideal because we're going to have to fight our way through the field again. And look how far ahead Edwards is. We're going to burn our tires up again, but I already feel like I'm handling a lot better. We'll see how that goes throughout the run, but I gave, you know what I mean, I lowered the tire pressure, which I don't think it'll really affect the tire wear. I said this a long time ago with this game. I'd pretty much figured out that the tire wear slider, or not slider, but gauge on your handling and stuff doesn't really mean anything. Your tires are going to wear at the same time no matter what you do, pretty much. So you should really just plan for what's going to make the car handle the best. So lower tire pressure means more grip, which is really good for short tracks. So hopefully in general that improves. And then of course the half round down, I already feel a lot better in that regards. I could have maybe gone even further with it, but the problem then becomes when the tires wear that I might be getting loose off, you know, if it's too free. But yeah, we are. I don't think we're gonna have a chance here without a caution, if I'm being honest. But I don't want to wreck anybody on purpose, realistically. It's kind of like, I don't know. Usually the AI would bring out a caution eventually, but it's not really looking likely to happen right now. So yeah, this is unfortunate, honestly. I really thought we would come out here, dominate, as I usually do at IRP. But that one small bad decision with the setup, and then a mistake on pit road under a green flag pit stop, and then here we are. I think we can get maybe back to the top 10, but without a caution, this is pretty much not going to be a win at all. I mean, even with a caution, I'm not sure, but it would at least erase this huge lead that those guys have. I mean, look at the gap between Carl, maybe, I don't know, he might have some second or third with him, but between them and the rest, and then I'm not even up to them, so yeah. It's not really looking likely that we will contend, but a caution would at least bring us all closer together again, and I can maybe make some magic happen. I just ran my fastest lap of the race too, so I mean obviously that setup change helped, and we are real fast. It's just I don't foresee it being fast enough to make up this amount of time with what laps are left, especially once the tires start to wear again. So yeah, Mike Bliss, it's too bad you had a setback last race or two, but I've tried to help him, you know, or not the last race or two. You were good 2 races ago. Just Talladega that you were not good. This is an okay finish, but it's not going to gain you much. Alright. I don't know. I just keep thinking like somebody in the back somewhere, you know, a little spin. Be nice. Give me a chance here, you know. You know, I've knocked the lead down. I was gonna say, yeah, under 8 seconds, just slightly there. But it's just I'm not gaining enough, you know. Once the tires start to wear, my progress is gonna slow down. I needed them close to me now during these laps while the tires are still fresh. I'm not going to consistently be gaining this much time going forward, so past, you know, another 20 laps or something. Just ran my fastest lap again, though. I mean, the car is hooked up right now. It's just too far to go. And now the right front tire is already worn. So see what I mean? I'm not shoving and pushing like I was. So you'd think, oh, you're probably not burning that right front as much. But it was pretty much at the same point as it happened the last time. So, yeah. We're probably in trouble as far as that goes. We're going to get into the top 10. Maybe the top 5. But, yeah. Unless there's a caution like now, Yeah, no further than that. Edwards is in a lot of lap traffic right now, but it isn't slowing him down all that much. As you can see, I mean, it's still 7.3 seconds, his lead, so yeah. It's just not going to happen. We'll do our best, try to get maybe to the top 5. It's a little disappointing, though. This, like I say, I love this track, and I usually dominate. But not today. Handling is just not there. I mean, even with the changes I made, the handling is not there. I guess the issue here is that I didn't have one of those special setups in. I just sort of did it myself. And I guess I must have not done something exactly what I needed, because I don't remember ever being this this bad with tires here, so 'tis unfortunate. Alright, well, we're in 11th. Top 10's in sight here, and if you look at everybody that's in front of us, before the end of this race, as long as our handling doesn't completely go to heck, we could very easily get into this top 5. I mean, as it stands, honestly, I think Carl's just up there by himself in lap traffic, and everybody else is inside of us, so you just got to focus on that, and who knows, maybe something will change, late caution or something. But with my tires the way they are, I'm not super sure how good that would be for us either, especially if we restart on the outside or something. I'm already struggling to the corners again, so our gains are going to be much smaller. Yeah, 20 laps to go. It's not looking great here. Run under Labonte. That's going to put us in the top 10. Yeah, all of our tires are yellow now, so we are going to start to struggle even more. Ooh. I mean, if Rudd is, I don't know if Rudd's still in second, but if he is, then yeah, that's kind of crazy. They're all in front of me. I think that might be the case. Which makes everybody else that far behind Carl as well. That's kind of crazy. Of course, a couple of these are lap cars, so you know what? I don't think Rudd is second. Oh, careful. Careful. Yeah, no, Rudd's not in second. There's only 4 lead lap cars in front of us right now, including Rudd there, so yeah, there's at least got to be a couple more. Oh yeah, we don't see Stewart for one thing. Stewart, who was leading before pit stop, so he's probably up there somewhere near Carl. Oh. Alright, closing in on the top 5. We lead, I mean, it's still 5.8 seconds, so yeah. Our gains slowed down dramatically there. And my handling is getting terribly bad again. Okay. Just hanging on to her. Even a caution right now would only leave us a few laps, and there's the red tire, so yeah. Caution right now would only give us 5 laps or so, and I don't have too much confidence in my ability to do much with the handling the way it is now. If we'd all been closer together earlier on, if I hadn't had the pit miscue and I could have come out in the top 10, this would have been a different race. So even with the handling issues, which were on me, the pit miscue is really what took away our chance of winning. And kind of just in general, the lack of cautions, which you would kind of expect at a race like this. This race is about to go 100 laps green, which is kind of crazy. Kyle Busch, how's it going? I'm wearing your hat, but when you were in a different car. I remember thinking it was so hard originally to get used to Kyle in the 18 when he left the 5, even though he hadn't been in a 5 for like super long. It still felt weird, and then now he's you know, left the 18 for the 8, which feels even weirder somehow. Because like when I got into NASCAR and you know, everything, 18 was synonymous with Bobby Labonte, so it was weird for me when that wasn't Bobby Labonte anymore. And then, you know, you get used to the 18 being Kyle, and then now it's not even on the track, which is kind of even worse, honestly. Like, I get that it's probably better that they didn't put Ty in the 18. I feel like people already don't like him. That probably would have made it worse. But it is weird that it's not on the track at all, you know? Weird. All right. So we've only got a few laps left here. We are in 5th. I believe if they get held up here by these lap cars a little bit more, I might be able to get 3rd. Might be able to get a podium here. Or not. Actually, no freaking way, dude. I overdrove that real bad, and now they're getting clear. I might lose the top 5, actually. Come on, man. Get it together. A couple laps to go here. Just run a better line. All the tires are red, dude. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe lowering the tire pressure actually did make it wear more. I don't know. Usually you don't see that. It just could be because I'm freer and I'm driving so hard, though, too. White flags out. Brought to you by McDonald's. I am sad that we couldn't get a win here at IRP. It's really a place I thought we would get a win at, but we're going to walk away with the top 5 after that pit miscue and the bad handling setup decisions. Carl Edwards, he came out of the pits first and he held on to it. All right, let's take a look at these race results. Carl Edwards starts 2nd, finishes 1st. Back-to-back wins for him after winning at Talladega as well. He leads 44 laps out of 100. Tony Stewart started 1st, finished 2nd, the opposite of Carl, and he leads 50 laps out of 100. So 94 laps out of 100 between them. Ricky Rudd started 9th, finished 3rd, and he led 3 laps. So that right there is 97 of 100 laps right there accounted for. You got Newman and then us. We never led a lap, even in the pit exchange. I thought we took the lead, but I guess we didn't. Oh, that's right. No, yeah, because Gordon he stayed out. So we never actually led. We went from last to 5th. Honestly, without the pit miscue, we had a chance, though. I don't know if it would have been enough still, because we ended up still like 6 seconds behind Carl Edwards. That pit miscue cost us like 4 seconds or something. I mean, we would have been close, but I just don't know if it would have been enough. The handling was just a problem. Anyway, Kyle Busch in 6th, Jeff Gordon 7th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 8th, and Jeff Burton and Matt Kenseth rounding out the top 10. Scroll on down through the field here. See some people. Mike Bliss. Greg Biffle, just kind of mediocre in this race, so he'll lose some points. Going here, Harvick back here. Kurt Busch. Jimmy Spencer looked like he was doing pretty good for a while. Ends up a lap down in 30th. And keep on going to see who finished last here. Scott Wimmer, who blew up at Talladega, I believe. Yeah. And finishes dead last here. But there were no cautions in this race. Not a one. So, that's kind of crazy. Alright, well, we move on. Alright, let's take a look at the standings. See how things went there. We gained points overall on Greg Biffle. We lost points to Tony Stewart, but our points lead technically grew after that race by like 16 points. So there is that, I guess. Tony Stewart moves back in a second. Biffle takes a little slip there because it was a mediocre day. Carl Edwards, back-to-back wins, has now put him in a tie for 4th in the points. There was a point in time where he was outside the top 10. So Carl Edwards really turning things up here as we get into the season a little further. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Newman, Elliott Sadler, and Martin Truex Jr., the top 10. And Mike Bliss sitting 12th. I mean, he could still do this, but he's got to have more consistent runs than he has been having here. Let's see. Anybody else crazy? So, like Kyle. Yeah, Matt Kenseth just kind of just not doing much. There's a few people back here that you'd expect to be a little bit higher in the running order. And 51 people have now run a race. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever really going to be a doubt that we're going to win this championship by a lot. I've said this before. But I was really hoping, you know, to count on wins at certain places. And IRP is definitely one that I expected to win at, but didn't happen. Oh, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hammer that like button, share with your friends, subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. And I'll see you guys next time for Darlington. Ooh, Darlington. So I think I'll have to check my schedule, but I think this is the only Darlington race, right? Because I didn't do duplicates, yeah, unless they had a road course variant. So I might do a little throwback thing. I mean, I'm already kind of throwback, let's be honest. The car, it kind of looks like a throwback anyway, but I might try to throw something together to do a real honest-to-goodness throwback paint scheme for this race, just for fun. So, yeah. I guess that's it. I don't know what I was going to say. I was like, I'll see you guys next time for more. Bye! Just shut up.